You know what's funny is I worked today, right, 9 to 4. I think it was like 1 o'clock. The public stew comes in, right? And I'm doing my job, but he going talking to Tammy, and then he was like, yeah, he said something about Yarborough and this and that. But do you have a guilty conscience? And yeah, I did say something about Yarborough. Do you have a guilty conscience though? Because you and him, right? I want to say you was the one that hired Alexis or Alexa or Alyssa. Alyssa and Mike at McDonald's when she was getting fired everywhere because she was stealing shit, right? But she took the job from me because she lied to you. And then Yarborough, when I went up there, I think it was like a month and a half after I started working. And uh, it was because Tammy called my phone and asked me if I called Junior's mother's a bitch. And I said, which one is she? And the way they were going, I said, you were talking about Circle K? And she didn't know exactly what. She just said, Junior said that I called her his mother a bitch. But then Junior said, yes, it was at Circle K. And then I come to find out it's at South Link. Yeah, your mother's Candace. And yeah, I told you I called her a bitch. Because she is one. A black man goes in front of me, right? And he starts like I don't know which way it was. I think I opened it. I was going in to get something to drink, and then he was coming in, so I opened the door. And I'm not disrespectful. I don't slam the door in people's faces. I kept it open so he could walk in. And the first thing she says to me, you need to stop dancing so these customers stop kind of ask me what you're on and what you're doing. What? First off, I'm not on no drugs. Second of all, it's none of your fucking business what the fuck I'm doing. If I'm a customer coming in there paying or asking if I could get a cup of water, that's it. The only person that has anything to say is the person behind the desk. The people, your customers don't. They're pissed because they have no energy because they're all drugged up. I don't do no drugs. Why do you think I have so much energy? But then Yarborough wants to put his face in it, Two-Face in it. I go get something to eat at Little Caesars, and he starts blah 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 blah, and he said, "What the fuck, bro? Like, what's your problem? First of all, it's none of your fucking business. Second of all, you need to stay the fuck out of my business." And he was, well, I just told Junior I didn't say something. First of all, check who the fuck you're talking to. Because you don't come up to me like that. And Junior had a fucking problem with it. And which I do know he does. But realize your mother was being a bitch. Now, is she a bitch? I don't know. But was she being a bitch? Yes, she definitely was. So yes, I did call her a bitch because she was being a bitch to be called a bitch. But the black man goes in there, and then I go in after. I say, "Can I get a cup of water?" She said, "Yeah, if you stop dancing," like demanding me to stop. Who the fuck are you to tell me what I can and what I can't do? And the black guy there was like, "Are you serious?" And he threw his music on and turned it all. I thought it was funny because he threw it right back in her face. He was like, "Are you serious? All this dude does is dance and has fun with his life, bro, and everyone's attacking him for what?" So he threw his music on and started dancing. And he was like, "You talking about dancing, right? You talking about music, right?" But she didn't say nothing to him. But she said everything to me, right? What's that tell you? She's being a bitch. She's being biased. I'm not one of those person that's gonna sit there and Yeah, and go away. Nah, if you're being a bitch, I'm gonna call you one. Especially when I'm doing nothing and not being an asshole. I asked you if I could get a cup of water. And then you demanded me to stop dancing because customers are coming to you asking what my issue is. It's none of their fucking issues. They're having the issues for getting in my business where they don't fucking belong. This is what happens at Kingsland. You need to realize to stay out of people's fucking business. If somebody wants you in their business, they'll ask you, they'll call on you, they tell you this situation. Then you can have something to say. But if that person doesn't say anything to you, doesn't come up to you, doesn't, that tells you to shut your fucking mouth and be focused on you. You have no right to talk shit about somebody when nobody came to you and said anything to you. Like Kevin Conant ran a race with Diana Screws wants to put somebody's house on Kevin Conant ran a race and caught on fire. And she didn't like my comment because I told the motherfucker, and this was before I knew she was head of the Kevin Conant ran a race. But I don't give a fuck. You're not able to go around and post people's shit online. If somebody wants the people to know, they tell the fucking people. It doesn't mean that you get to go around. This is what nosy people do. Gossip people do. They run their mouth so fucking much, they run out of shit to talk about. So they get nosy. And they go around looking for something to talk about. They don't talk about it 100% the way they heard it. They say it their way so they look good and the other person looks bad. I don't deal with those kind of people, man. And so a couple of weeks later, with the opera, because I told him he came out and he was like, dude, trying to, I'll give you this pizza, that. I said, and I could have threw it in his face. I was like, bro, didn't I buy a soda a couple of days ago and you asked for a drink? And I said, yeah, go for it. But did I shove it in his face? Did I say anything? No, that's just what I was thinking. But it's my job, so therefore, I'm not going to sit there and argue with somebody, especially when I work there, and I don't need to get fired. So therefore, it's whatever. And you see, it was an argument, but you walked away. I walked where I needed to go. And then 3 days later, he's going to tell me, he goes, dude, he's not on anything. Any of that, or this stuff that they're saying on the internet, dude, this guy, he's not on anything. And Tammy was like, yeah, I told you, Yarborough, you need to learn how to stay in your fucking lane, your business. It's like when a guy opens the door for a female, the female thinks the pussy don't stink and they're the bomb. They're the only fucking person there. Just because somebody opens the door for you doesn't mean they want to fuck you. It just means we had respect back in the. That's how back in the day was. We had respect for others. But where the fuck did that go? Because I don't see it no more. The only person that has respect for others, because I have respect for myself, is I. Little Caesars, they have respect. Where did it all go? But and then she was like, he just needs to learn how to keep his fucking nose out of people's business. It's not just him. It's everybody needs to keep their fucking nose out of people's business. Your nose is so fucking snooty. You think your shit don't stink. And that's where you're going wrong. Do you want... so I'm being set up on social media, but when I tell the truth about you guys get all butthurt and pissed off. but you expect me just to sit back and not get pissed off and laugh? Are you fucking stupid? It goes fucking both ways. To Tammy and Erica was like, dude, I wish I had your energy, Ryan. I'm gonna hire you to clean my house, or blah 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 blah. She's like, well, dude, you're a man, bro. Like, when you clean, you clean. Yes, I clean because I'm two-sided. I don't think I'm better, like, doing laundry. I don't think I'm better than laundry. I don't think I'm better to clean a house. I don't think I'm too good to clean the house. I don't think I'm too good to go grocery shopping. Just because it's a female job. Not really a female job, but when you're in a relationship, that's what a lady does, is go and get the food for the house. But within, you be a man and go with her. But I don't think I'm too good to go get it. You guys think you're too good to go get it and your shit don't stink. And I just think it's kind of funny. It's like, you think so when the door opens for me, you expect oh shit, they want to fuck, and it's an ego issue that you guys are having. Just because somebody opens the door for you does not mean they want what's in the midsection of you. It does not mean anything. It just means we have manners. It's called respecting others. Back in the day, we had to respect elders. If we didn't respect elders, we got our ass handed to us. That's something this new generation does not know how to do because you weren't taught the right way. Their parents aren't able to do anything because they took the discipline away. So I blame the government, but I also blame the parents. Because you don't need to beat your kids to get them to listen. All you need to do is get at them at a young age, and when they're getting out of land, how to hand, raise your voice. Like you start being stern, and you're not playing around. You don't need to beat your kids. Talk to your kids, and then when they're not, then you raise your voice, pitch it up a little bit, and they're like, oh, we better get a place, dude. He seems serious. She seems serious. Yeah, and 14-year-old boy to a mother. And it's just because, and it's not the mother can't take the kid. But the kid just has the ego issue. Yeah, mom, yeah, I can. But a man is a difference. The boy won't have no balls enough to run his mouth to his father. Why do you think boys are more attentive to their father and girls are attentive to their mother? It's because it's the same thing. But is the father is supposed to be strict and stern. And that's where the little boy needs to get enforced some discipline. But the government is taking that away. Why do you think the world is going to shit? Why do you think all these people are small little brats and all they think they have to do is wine and dine and wine and dine? And when somebody says no, then they make shit up on them. Wine and dining somebody just so they get what they want, right? They don't fly past me and that don't fly with me. Because I say no, I have a right to say no if it don't make sense and it's a waste of my time, waste of my energy, waste of my money. If it don't make sense, I'm allowed to say fuck you, go on. Just like everybody else. If it doesn't make sense to you and it doesn't match your energy, why the fuck stick around? Because all they're trying to do is drain you. because I'm a live battery. And live batteries, with live batteries, we always keep going. We don't go in reverse. We don't stall out and go backwards. We don't go to a loser that has dead batteries. A loser with dead batteries always go to a winner with a live battery because they have something to gain. A loser with dead battery will never go after another dead battery because they have nothing to gain. So do you see how many clowns we have and what egos we have? We have egos, but we're being sabotaged with these fucking clowns, just like the law enforcement. We have like 8 to 10% good cops, but the rest are pigs. Because that's how they run the shit, Geek Squad at Best Buy. So within 3-5 years, what do you think is going to happen between that 8 and 10% of the good cops? They're going to be bad cops, and they're going to be criminals, and they're going to be pigs, because nobody's doing anything about it. So when you get rookies in there and they're good cops, they get down onto the bullshit because they get trained by a crooked cop. And if they don't do what they say, then, for instance, at Red Roof, the white dude and the black guy came out from Texas, came out, and they were in an SUV. And they both came out. I told him what my issue was, blah, blah, blah. He didn't want to fucking listen to me. I said, all right, I need to go to work. I said, you guys can go now. I don't need to talk to you. And then I'm starting to go to work, and I open the door and go in, and this motherfucker, the black dude, wants to come the fuck around, opens the door. Where the fuck do you think you're going? And he takes his hand and pushes me in the fucking corner. And from right then and there, I started shaking because I wanted to fucking hit him so fucking bad. But I know if I hit him, then he gets what he wants and I get arrested. But that's what he wanted, right, Prick? And then the white cop stood to you and said, what the fuck are you doing, bro? You just violated all his rights, bro. He's going into work and you want to follow him and push him in the corner. And I look at him, I go, thank you for standing up for me, but there's a camera right up there showing everything he's doing. And then the black cop wants to go, who do you work for? Do you work for us or you work for him? First of all, he works for us, not you. But your ego, are you working for us or him? If you work for him, you can get the fucking SUV and you can keep going, and I'll call back up when I'm done. Who the fuck do you think you are? You fucking punk. You're a Houston cop. You're a pig. You're letting the immigrants from the other side come into Houston. Because there's nobody there. There's no wall. There's nothing. So you're letting people in there. And I'm not saying don't let them in. But check them the fuck out before they come fully in. Get them right when they come in. Make sure they don't have fucking diseases and shit like that. And pass them on. But that's how we got COVID, right, jackass? But do you know, guys, you guys got money from your workers' comp? Because I made a phone call. On grocery, I was 3 times I called and fucking blew up at them. Because they were stealing my fucking money. And I fucking told them, if you don't fucking do what this right here and start giving fucking money back to the people where you're stealing it from, I have a fucking multi-millionaire fucking lawsuit around the fucking world, baby. And then 2 weeks later, they want to come out with COVID. Now, instead of saying it was Ryan Adams, Rockstar's idea to give money back to the people, they want to use COVID as an excuse for giving money to the people. That's all COVID was. It's an ammonia and a cold put together. And coming into the U.S., our immune systems are not used to it. So it attacked the older generation, which that is what they're trying to belittle each and every one of us over here, bro. But you guys too fucking blind to see it. But they attacked the generation before us. That's why you don't see you still see older people, but smaller portion because of the COVID. They know what they're doing there, people, but they don't give a fuck about you. They only care about them, and at the same time, they don't even care about themselves. Because if they did, they would care more about the fucking people, because they would know that people are paying their fucking bills, not them. I can go to work all day long, but if there's somebody not paying me, do you think I'm going to go back the next day knowing that I'm not going to get paid? Fuck no. And everyone else is the same fucking way. So the people is what makes money go around because they want shit done. They have some owners need help. They employment, so if it wasn't the people, they wouldn't be getting checks to be able to get to their employees. If you can have just say you can have a motel, and you can have 10 workers, but within a month, if you don't have no customers coming in, how are you gonna keep those 10 employees that you have? You're not gonna have them because you're not gonna have no money to spend give to them because you have no customers coming in to pay them. So two-sided, people. And the pigs don't realize that you work for us. We don't work for you. You fucking prick. You are ratchet. You are a dirty human from Houston thinking you're bigger than everybody, and you're not. You don't even know your amendment rights, bro. Just ask Ops when I fucking blew up on all three of you motherfuckers. And then I record it, and I've also put it on my social medias. And everyone laughed at you because you're a law enforcement, but you don't know your amendments. You swear in to serve and protect, but you don't know your amendments. You know your amendments, but you know you're doing wrong because you're not protecting and serving. You're chaos and mayheming because you are an ego and you want your money in. But you realize the judges are starting to realize how many criminal pigs there is in the law enforcement and their squads. They're buckling down on these criminal cops, the crooked cops, that think they can do anything they want and they'll be safe. No, you're not safe, motherfucker. Start protecting and serving. Start doing your fucking job. Because I tell you what, when I'm up and I get president, when I'm up and I'm going for president, you're goddamn right you're going to be fired if you're not obeying the laws. Because the people on the outside looking in and you're not obeying the laws, so now they think they don't have to obey the laws because people in law enforcement, people in power are not obeying the laws. So then what you have two issues. You have pig rats, and you also have humans acting like outrageous. And that's not gonna end. So within that, we have to attack the law enforcement and have them be accountable for this shit. So the civilians and the humans, the same thing, human civilians, learn from because they're going to be looking on the outside in. Oh shit, they're starting to get in trouble. They're starting to get handed sentences and stuff. And then on the outside looking in, they're going to start, oh shit, and they're going to buckle down. You guys don't remember the switch back in school? It stopped about, I think I was in third grade when it stopped. I was in Bristol, Connecticut. And they had a switch behind the desk. So if you ever got out of line, they took the switch out and snapped you on the ass. Get you back right. If you was acting out right, it's fucking smack you in the ass, motherfucker. Stop acting that way. Get back together and fucking do your homework. Do your work. Stop misbehaving. Get back to your work. You guys don't have a clue what that is. Remember, kids, I had nothing growing up. I had to go outside, climb trees, I had to be creative and create ideas for me to stay outside all day because my dumbass parents didn't want us inside. They wanted us to fuck outside. They didn't want to see us until it was dark. And you know what? When it was dark, food was already on the table. We took a shower, went down to the rooms, and I had about an hour TV. And then they came in and turned the fucking TV off. And it was like 6, 7 o'clock curfews. You guys have no clue what those are now. Do you guys remember the bell at 6 o'clock in the morning? You had to get the fuck up. You guys are so spoiled now because everything is on land, but you don't know they took away Blackbeards. They took all the fun shit out. Back in the day, we had Blackbeards, we had go-karts, we had basketball, we had football. That was all fucking real shit. Now it's all fake ass shit. And they're taking all the arcades. We had the arcades back in the day. We had bowling back in the day. Where the fuck is all that? So if you had a negative in your life, you could have said, fuck the negative, do something fun, go play bowling, go into the arcade room, and take the negative and shove it up their ass and be positive. That's why I say you need to stay positive within 3 negative times, because if you don't stay positive, you never get out of your negative times. Positive attitude, 3 negative times. Because if you have a negative attitude with your negative times, what's going to transpire? You're going to be a drama queen, right? Because you're stuck in the negative. Be a gentleman, a lady and gentleman, and fuck that, and put a note on it. Go do something positive. Fuck all that shit. Positive energy, positive attitude, positive outcome. And then you also get positive income. And then you can live your outcome with your intake and outtake. Because you fill in your pockets to the point where you can fulfill what you're throwing out there. If I'm going to buy 6 pairs of shoes, I lose money, right? I have to go to work tomorrow to replace those 6 pairs of shoes I just bought. So by Friday or Saturday, I'm going to be even, or I'm going to be $20 over. Now, if I stopped, then I would be in the negative the whole $200. And because I bought the shoes, right? That's why you keep going. That's why people, the winners, we don't go to sleep, because if we go to sleep and wake up in the morning with a text or a phone call saying you just had 4Gs and you come through a concert, you know we're going to wake up and be like, fuck that. Man, we should have never fucking went to sleep. I knew if we went to sleep we would fucking lose money. Winners, we think like that. We don't ever want to go to sleep, because when we stop moving and we're not doing nothing, we think we're losing money. We might not be making money, but we're losing money. It's a grind. It's a hustle. Life is not going to be easy. It's not going to be handed you're on land. But what you do with your life when you're on land is up to you. Not anybody else. God watches everything. Why do you think I'm in the position I am? It's because I served and protected everybody that's been around me, and I serve and protect for everyone. And I've never used and abused my authority when I have power. And I'm very fucking powerful. Trust me. Once you ask the people that try me. Did they ever knock me out? Did I ever lose? I did not. I don't need to swing back because I know what I can take. Because my full fucking deadbeat father from 1 year old was fucking beat my ass. You know, at 1 year old, I just got out of the hospital, right? And Roger, Charlie, my grandmother, Bunny, there was a couple other people in the living room. And my grandfather went to the bathroom. And yeah, he came out to my father taking my head and smashed it off concrete floor 3 times. At 1 year old, and I just came out of the hospital with my intestines outside with my Bilkin gland eruptor in my neck. I wasn't even supposed to have life. But he still beat my head off the fucking concrete. And yeah, Ronnie Adams stood up. He came out of the bathroom. And you have to go, like, the kitchen, you come out. And it's like a step down. He fucking looked at, stood there, and he was like, "What the fuck am I seeing right now?" And then he goes, "Randy, what the fuck are you doing to my grandson?" And Ronnie was like, "Everyone get the fuck out my room right fucking now. Randy, you fucking stay put. If you ever touch my grandson again like that, I'm going to take your fucking head and I'm going to smash it on the concrete floor just like you did your fucking sons. If you do it in my face again, I'm going to kill you myself." So Randy, you scumbag, you started beating us kids behind Ronnie's back because you know your dad would have kicked your fucking monkey ass. And you're thinking I'm crazy, bro. I'm not stupid. I know what you did because I was right there when you fucking did it. I don't lie about shit. I don't lie about nothing. Now, what kind of person would make me make me? I would feel like a scumbag if I'm going to, oh yeah, he beat and lie about it. I'd feel like a scumbag within myself, Randy. Something you don't fucking know about, bitch. But you know damn well what the fuck you did. And you think you're too fucking good to own up to your accountabilities. You've always blamed it on every fucking body else. Why do you think Justin is the spin image of you? It's because you both don't hold any accountability for anything you guys do. You guys think your shit don't stink and you are above everybody. Let me tell you, motherfucker, you're not above me. Now are you, bitch?